Welcome to Joe Stunner Boxing. Recently we've had a few people from the recent past come back. And I have to say they're people that I haven't missed remotely. Number one, Tyson Fury, he's coming back. Obviously, we knew he would. Haven't missed him at all, to be honest with you. Find him a good fighter, very good fighter, of course. Like watching him in the ring. All the out of the ring activities just fucking bore me. I just can't stand all the gaslighting, all the lying, all the bullshit. I just can't put up with it. Talking of which, John Fury, he's back, training his son Tommy and also Roman Fury as well. And he was interviewed and talked his usual cobblers. And talking cobblers, we've got another one who's come back as well, and that's Billy Joe Saunders, former two-weight WBO titleist. 30 wins with 14 KOs, 1 defeat to Canelo Alvarez, where he retired after 8 rounds. And that was 4 years ago, 4 years to the month, actually. And he's coming back now. Apparently, he's coming back. Now, let's concentrate on Saunders because, just another person who I wouldn't want to have a drink with or wouldn't want to know or wouldn't want to say hello to or wouldn't want to... I haven't missed at all, haven't missed remotely in the 4 years that he's been away. He's turned up at certain functions, most notably the CHRIS EUBANK Jr. Conor Benn fight where he was going to watch Eubank having his hands wrapped and he was told to piss off and he caused a bit of a fracas. And he looked like he weighed, I don't know, 230, 240, something like that. I'm only guessing, but he's 5'11", or he's listed as 5'11", which sounds about right. Just looked way out of shape, didn't he? Way out of shape. But he's talking about coming back now at 175, and he's talking about having his first fight before the end of this year. Well, if I'm guessing right, and let's say he's 220 for the sake of argument. All right. I mean, that's still 3 stone you've got to take off. Yeah, it's doable. But your first training camp's going to be a fat camp, isn't it? So, nah. Look. I mean, Billy Joe's won a couple of WBO titles. He won the middleweight title from Andy Lee, which is a good win. He won a majority decision. I thought he won that fight. Should have been majority. Should have been unanimous, but it was a majority decision. He defended it a few times. Probably most notably against David Lemieux, who he completely outclassed and looked extremely good doing it. But extremely good performances by Billy Joe Saunders are, to be honest with you, few and far between. He then moved up to super middle and fought a guy called Shefat Sufi at 168. I'd never heard of Mr. Asufi before. I haven't heard of him since. And then Saunders went on and he had a terrible performance against Marcelo Caceres, who was winning the fight up to that point. I don't know what the scorecards were. Then he beat Martin Murray, who's really just a middleweight. To be honest with you, Saunders was really just a middleweight fighting at 168. When he started his career, he probably could have made 154. But instead he went down the 160 route. He did win British, Commonwealth and European titles, and that's not to be sniffed at at all. I mean, the CHRIS EUBANK Jr. win, which is still one of his best wins, which was 11 years ago, nearly 11 years ago. Can you believe that? That was a split decision win. Again, it should have been unanimous. I thought Saunders won that fight. That was for the British Commonwealth and EBU title. So clearly, Billy Joe Saunders, he had talent, a lot of talent. I mean, he was the first person to beat John Ryder. And I thought he won that fight. It was a unanimous decision. He beat Spike O'Sullivan, he was undefeated at the time, I think. Nick Blackwell, he beat him over 12, didn't he? And Blackwell wasn't undefeated because I think he fought Martin Murray a bit too soon in his career and got stopped. And then Blackwell lost to Saunders, but Saunders was really mopping up, the domestic level at 160. He did mop it up. Matthew Hall was another one he beat. Bradley Price. Price, of course, was just a 154-pounder, but he scored some really good wins. His career was coming on strong. Even if he could have made 154, he was making 160. And when he beat Andy Lee, you ain't beat Andy Lee. I mean, this was all good stuff. And then I don't know, the lack of discipline, I suppose, got to him. I mean, against Caceres, he looked fucking terrible. And that was in defence of his WBO title. And Caceres was undefeated at the time, but turned out to be more of a gatekeeper than anything. Not a bad fighter, but I mean, he's racked up the defeats since then, and he's really just collecting paychecks. So Saunders has really got by in his 168 career. You could say just got by on talent, because he probably could have still made 160. And then he bumps into Alvarez for the big bag, 8 million quid or whatever it was he got. He got pulled out after 8 rounds. It was a bad injury. He had a busted eye socket and a busted cheekbone. And, even though he talked a load of shite about, you're going to have to kill me. My eye's got to be hanging out. I'm still not going to quit. I'll never quit. And what happened? Well, you got pulled out, basically. And you didn't complain. And to be honest, I don't blame you for not complaining. Just don't talk a load of crap about how you're going to walk through walls when the going gets tough. Your mate, Chris Eubank Jr. walked through walls against Conor Benn of all people. Conor Benn walked through walls against Chris Eubank Jr. I'm afraid you didn't, Billy Joe. But I don't blame a fighter if he's got a serious injury for bailing. I don't have that strict attitude that people have over fighters quitting if it's a genuine serious injury, because no one wants to lose a fucking eye for the entertainment of others. It's like when Vitaly Klitschko, who was a very, very tough man, got pulled out against Chris Bird. He had a busted shoulder, I think it was. And afterwards he said, well, if you're driving a car and you got a flat tyre, you change the wheel. You don't ruin the tyre by carrying on driving on it. And I agree with that. Fighters' health it's an extremely dangerous sport. Fighters are literally sacrificing their health for our entertainment. So if some of them say, hang on a minute, nah, I'll fight another day, I don't blame them. Cotto did it. Miguel Cotto, tremendously courageous fighter. He did it, against, basically took a knee against Margarito. Got his revenge, of course. And maybe revenge is what Billy Joe Saunders, or rather maybe not revenge, but maybe in this case of Chris Eubank Jr., it's revenge against Billy Joe Saunders, because that is probably the most marketable fight. But where's it going to be? 175? Saunders is talking about coming back at 175. Maybe winning a third world title. Eubank Jr. is going to want a piece of him if he does come back. But to be honest with you, I think he's coming back purely for the money. I don't think that winning a third world title really matters to him. I think he wants the big bag. He's probably seen all these people getting paid during Riyadh season. And that's probably what he's after. Big fat paycheck. And on the one hand, you say, all right, it's prize fighting. Why not? But am I bothered about it? Am I that fussed? Do I care? No, not at all. Not at all. Couldn't care less, to be honest. Will I watch his fights if he comes back? I'll have a look. Yeah, of course I will. I'll watch anything. But I never found him to be a particularly entertaining fighter anyway. I admired his skills, Billy Joe Saunders, because he did have skill. He did have good talent. And I thought, yeah, this guy can fight a bit. Definitely. But the out of the ring stuff mixed in with the lack of discipline when he was kind of, not firing on all cylinders because either his motivation wasn't there or he didn't, he just didn't have it. He didn't train properly. In the end, I thought, fuck this. I'm out. So we'll see what happens. But what do you think? Do you care if he comes back or not? Or are you like me, sort of indifferent? Leave your comments below. And if you like the video, please hit the like button for us. You'd help us out a great deal there. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. Cheers. Bye for now.